Welcome back to the Beauty Official Podcast. I'm Evan Ross Katz, and I am overheating with excitement to dish with our next guest about her latest role in FX's The Beauty. Welcome, Jessica Alexander. Jess, I'm so excited to have you here.
Thank you.
Now, you are back in New York right now. You were last here filming The Beauty. How is it being back on the scene of the, should we call it a crime?
No, it's been it's so nice being back. Like I was telling you, it was my first time ever working in America when I got the job. So I got a visa just for this and came over here. And I really, really wanted to spend some time living and working in New York. So it was like such a blessing to be able to do it. And it was like a very fun, transformative experience for me, like doing all this for the first time. So yeah, good memories on every corner.
You gave me a nice transition there by saying transformative because you are on the other side of some transformation that takes place. I guess I want to begin by talking about the physical transformation that we see. You burst onto the scene.
Love.
In a big way. Can you talk about filming that scene and as much detail as you want to share, because I want to know.
Yeah, the scene was crazy. I had heard about the sax. Like there was so much talking about the sax. Like everyone was like, have you seen the sax? Have you been in the sax? I was just covered in fake pus and goo and blood. And those sacks are heavy. They're heavy, they're hot, you can't hear anything. And you're naked in there and you got to tear your way out. So it was fun though.
Yeah. Well, it's funny too, you're saying it's like, it's your first time in the States and then you come here and it's like, here's a bunch of goo and we're just going to have you emerge from this sack and welcome to America.
Yeah, totally.
Hope you enjoy.
Yeah,
now,
absolutely.
We were talking off mic and you mentioned another story because, there's a sex scene that takes place. And I think people have this idea that sex scenes must be really hot to shoot. It's like hot people making love. Yeah. But it sounds like...
super sexy having like 30 people watch you fake an orgasm.
You're like, not
amazing.
so sexy. But it sounds like in your case, not just the 30-person crew. Did something else strange happen while you were shooting the sex scene?
I won't say his name, bless him. At the time, I'm like lying on the bed. I'm, talking to our intimacy coordinator. I'm like getting myself psyched up to do this because it's quite intimidating. I find it very exposing. And so I'm lying there and the cameras are going up and I just hear this like, I was like, what was that? What was that?
That wasn't in the script.
Anthony can do a really good fake fart noise. I can't do it. But I heard it, and honestly, actually something like that happening is kind of good, though, I feel. Like, I approach all awkward situations in acting with just a lot of humor, because I feel like it relaxes me. So actually that happening, I think, was a good thing. But no one really addressed it at the time. I wish I'd had the courage to be like, did someone just let out a fart?
Talk to me about how you found yourself to this role, how this role found itself to you, because it's your first time in the Ryan Murphy universe, which is incredibly exciting. And it's a strange role, right? It's like you're playing a character that has already existed on the show in the form of another actor. And so how was it pitched to you?
I did a self-tape. It just said, it's an FBI agent, 5'9" and above. I was like, I'm 5'5", but I'll just lie on my slate.
Big heels.
Yeah, big heels. And I wore big heels to my screen test too. I wore huge heels with trousers that covered the bottom because Rebecca's really tall.
Right.
And I was like, The Beauty, would it make you shorter? Probably not. But whatever, movie magic. And so I did a tape and it just said FBI agent, and it didn't have anything at all about it being, a transformed version of Rebecca's character or anything. I didn't even really know that that's what it was until a few weeks before I went for my screen test. So I got a call and they were like, Ryan Murphy loved your self-tape and they want to fly you to New York and test you with Evan. And obviously I freaked out. I mean, I've been a fan of Ryan's work for so long. I went through my teen years watching American Horror Story, under my bed sheets on my dad's iPad. And my first concert I ever went to at the O2 in London was Glee Live.
Wow.
So
you've been in the trenches.
I have. When I got the call for the screen test, I was like, I have to get this part. It's filming in New York, it's Ryan, it's Evan, a huge fan of Evan's work always. So I went to New York, did the screen test, and Ryan explained to me like what the character really was and like everything that was happening in her storyline. So I kind of found out most of the details just like in the room with Ryan, like on camera.
Well, it's interesting because I feel like there's a version of that where like it could have brought out a lot of nerves, but I can also see that kind of being exciting as an actor to be fed this information, just kind of like go, go, go.
Yeah,
right? Like just
totally.
submerge yourself. And I feel like from talking to a lot of the actors that Ryan works with, I think that is sort of like innate to his process, which is kind of just like put the person, submerge them and see what happens.
Yeah, he seems like, very instinctual,
Yes.
I guess, with the way that he casts. And he's an intense listener. Like, he really was like sat there asking me a lot of questions like, can you cry on cue? How do you get there? What song do you get there with? Like, you know, quite specific questions. I didn't really act in the audition at all. Like, I did the scene once with Evan and Ryan said, I don't need to see you do like the scene. Like, let's just talk kind of thing.
Wow.
Which threw me off massively because obviously I had been preparing my lines for like weeks.
Right. You're like, I came here, I'm ready.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay.
You talk about the fact that you're a fan of Ryan's. You get on this Ryan Murphy set. You're in Venice. You're in New York City. It's your first time in America. There's so much newness to this. However, as you're talking about it, there's also this sort of like buildup of anticipation in knowing some of what you can imagine this experience to be from the fan side of things. What is it like to be on this set and say, you're no longer the fan, right? Like you've earned your place within the canon of Ryan's work.
I definitely had like a lot of, pinch me moments. Like I would wake up in Venice and be like, holy shit, I can't believe this is my life right now, you know?
Yeah, and it's like, you're not only in Venice, but you're playing an alternate version of Rebecca Hall,
Yeah,
which I mean,
is intimidating, by the way, because she's stunning.
She is.
And fabulous. And I was just like, it's just insane to, I mean, someone like Rebecca gets the beauty. I mean, come on. Come on. Be so for real. Like, she doesn't need it. So, yeah.
Well, that is the question of this series, though. Does anyone need the beauty?
No, exactly.
Yes.
No. I sure as hell wouldn't take it. Have you seen the side effects?
I was going to say, at plain sight,
Right.
it's like maybe, and then you learn about those side effects and you're like, I don't know about this.
Would you though? Would you?
Well, I wouldn't, but what I'm curious about is I think the answer that everyone's going to give is no. And I would
That's
be
the
interested,
politically correct
exactly, like I
answer.
would be
Right,
interested to talk
right.
to someone who could at least like weigh some of the pros, because like there are some pros.
No, there are definitely some pros. Like, I have a really dodgy lower back on my left. Would love for that to be fixed.
Well, I wonder if there's like a way to dose it, right? So that rather than like getting like the full beauty, it's like maybe you're getting like
You just do like a baby Botox version.
like a baby
of the
Botox.
beauty.
Yeah, season 2.
Right.
Season 2.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to talk about working with Evan. And the scene I'm thinking about specifically is when Jordan first knocks at the door.
Can I help you? I'm sorry, do I know you?
Cooper, it's me.
Can you talk about your approach to that scene?
I mean, it's weird. Like, you're asking a lot of an audience to get on board with the idea that he accepts that this is her very quickly. So to be honest, like when we were filming the scene, it was kind of difficult. We were like trying to find it. We were like, this feels a little weird. And our director was like, I promise you, like it looks and feels right. And sometimes that's just one of those things that happens sometimes with acting is like, you're just trusting the people behind the monitors that it is working. Cause Evan and I didn't really know each other. Like that was, I think, my second scene.
It kind of sounds like it works nicely though, because though these characters do know each other,
Right, they sort of don't.
They sort of
now,
don't.
yeah.
So I feel like that energy might have like helped inform the direction of the scene.
There's
to
like
sort
a
of-
distance between you a little
Yeah.
bit, like a tentativeness and a
Yeah.
hesitancy. Yeah, definitely. I mean, Evan is obviously a phenomenal actor and such a great scene partner. Like the stakes of our show and the plot, it's so outlandish. Like it's insane and it's sci-fi and it's high concept, but he just brings a groundedness to everything he does, really, that is allowed me to just like be on that plane with him, you know? At the end of the day, between these two people, we have to look at it like it's a tragedy. It's a love story, it's a tragedy, it's a partnership, you know, take all the sci-fi out of it. And yeah, he's a very delicate performer, you know, everything's so natural. So yeah, we just kind of slid into it really. And actually, I think we worked really well together, Evan and I.
I want to get your reaction to the end of the episode. So we have, we were talking about your transformation. We have Cooper's transformation.
Yes.
I'm wondering your reaction to, I guess both from like the reading it in the script, but then also.
Carl, reading it in the script, I said, I actually didn't get sent it. I actually walked into the makeup trailer and everyone was like, hey. I said, hi. They said, have you read episode 9? And I was like, no. Do we have it? They said, yeah, it's here. So I sat and I read it in the makeup chair. And yeah, my initial reaction was, holy shit, this is just so Ryan Murphy. Like, what a curveball. I mean, it's kind of genius, but it's obviously also like a little messed up and weird. And I was obviously like, okay, how do I pivot this? Like, this is supposed to be the man that she's in love with. And now, okay, yeah, let me find a way into this, So I think I just kind of played it with like a great deal of inner conflict is hopefully what sort of emerged there.
Yeah.
But yeah, my reaction was, it was that.
Yeah.
It was pretty crazy.
When obviously you were talking about 9 today, but talking about the first 9 episodes that have aired, as a viewer, when you were watching those first 9 episodes, were there any moments that you just were like, this is unbelievable, or I can't get this scene out of my head?
Yeah, honestly, so many. Like I said, all the transformations I just think are epic. So good. And a lot of Jeremy and Anthony's scenes, like their scenes are some of my favorite in the show, like they're dynamic. It's quite funny to me because I honestly feel like they're in a different show to me and Evan. Like they're in this like weird, fucked up, I don't know, buddy comedy kind of thing. And then like me and Evan are in this like brooding, like super grounded, like crime drama.
Yeah, but it's fun in a way. I mean, I don't want to spoil, but it's fun because I feel like I totally agree with you. And I think watching...
I was like, I want to be in their show.
But watching these worlds kind of perhaps converge down the line is also quite fun too, because you get these different styles throughout the show.
Yeah. And it's very Ryan Murphy. I mean, I think this show is like quintessential Ryan Murphy. And I mean, that's kind of camp, right? Like that's a lot of my favorite kind of stuff you get in TV, especially of this nature, is the colliding of what feels like lots of different genres. And our show definitely has that. It's camp, it doesn't take itself too seriously, but it's also got loads of great action in it. It's got loads of really grounded performances in it. Like I really think everyone is acting their socks off.
To wrap up, when you sort of zoom out and look at the entire process from, first finding out that you were going to be on the show, you're finally working with Ryan Murphy, you're coming to the States, what does this experience mean to you?
Gosh, yeah, this experience means so much to me. I just feel so grateful and I feel like I learned so much, Yeah, I would do it all over again, like 1,000 times, like. Yeah, it changed my life in a lot of ways, I feel like I grew so much as a person, like moving to a new city and being on a big set like this for the first time and working with all these incredible people and working with Evan. I feel like I definitely, learned a lot. And yeah, I'm just really happy. I'm excited for people to see it. Like, it's a great time, it's fun, so... Yeah.
Anyway, Jess, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Evan.
That's all for this time. On the next podcast, actors Ashton Kutcher and Ari Grainer share hot details about their contentious roles in FX's The Beauty. Watch new episodes of The Beauty on FX or stream on Hulu or Hulu on Disney Plus for bundle subscribers. Be sure to rate, review, and follow The Beauty official podcast wherever you watch or listen. I'm Evan Ross Katz, and I'll see you next time.